Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Film Freaks with a Z, the podcast about movies. Each episode is about a specific movie, and we'll get to this episode's movie in a little bit. But first, this is the fan-voted episode, and if you want to get your movie reviewed by us, possibly join the podcast, time permitting, leave us a comment on the latest episode of Film Freaks with a Z, either on the YouTube channel, or go ahead and send us an email at ff.filmfreaks with a Z at the end at gmail.com, or comment in the movie stuff section on the Discord. You can also recommend movies there if you so desire. The next vote won't be for a while, so you have time to get your movies in. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves before I introduce the movie. I am Optimus Ferret, and I'm here with...
Greedy Waffles.
Hey.
And Ray.
Oh, no positivity. Uh-oh.
He just
There's
said,
no
hey,
positivity
and it
on
threw
this
me
one.
off.
No positivity on this movie.
All right.
No, I just
Bringing
wanted
the-
to rhyme.
I'm bringing the energy to the podcast that I had while watching this movie.
Oh. See, I just wanted Tay and Ray to rhyme.
That's fair too.
Yeah.
But also there's no positivity with this movie. That's why I said Tay. So you wouldn't
Yikes.
say positivity.
Well, you're not Tay of positivity.
I know, but I knew you would rhyme. You would try to rhyme and you'd leave out the positivity.
Well, here's what we'll do. If we remember at the end of the podcast, I'll be Yay, Greedy can be Gray, and Tay can be Tay, and Ray can be Ray.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's just jump right into this one. I made a joke before we started that let's get this over with, and I think we're all kind of in the same mood here. The movie that was selected, no shade toward the person who recommended this one. It was a watch of all time. The movie that we watched was Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen from 2009, directed by Michael Bay. A short synopsis is Sam Witwicky does some bullshit happens, and then some bullshit happens, and then it's done. And the stars are Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fuchs, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, and a bunch of other people.
I would like to say, I mean, you left out one part of that description. Some more shit happens and some more shit happens.
Oh,
Like,
yes, I'm
so
sorry.
much shit
Oh, you
happens.
forgot the
But-
shit.
If you remember, between the bullshit, there's also some cringe, too.
Oh.
Or some
God. Oh, yeah.
sexual joke, you know.
So much.
Seriously.
I want to give a short shout out to Deep Roy, who played the Egyptian guard. He was a highlight of the movie,
Oh,
even though he
yeah.
only had 2 seconds. Anyway, so this movie was recommended by Tim Rules, and this was one of the first recommendations we ever got for the fan vote. And we were all kind of dreading this day, I think. But once again, we will do our best to review this movie, talk about this movie, maybe probably get sidetracked. But Tim did had a place for us to start. But before we go there, I asked him why he recommended this movie in the nicest way that I possibly could. And he said,
what, suffer?
I chose this movie because it's my favorite movie when I was a kid.
Oh.
So it's one of those kind of like movies where it's like, I probably should stay in the nostalgic era, it's nostalgic area. But as a starting point, he said we could start off by talking about the camera work and the disjointed feelings in the scenes. He's not 100% sure anymore if Revenge of the Fallen had a lot of trouble with that, though. It may be only the later movies.
No.
Nope.
No.
It's
Nope.
there.
Yeah.
It is this one, too.
Half of the time you can't tell what's going on.
Yeah, the vicious camera
It's a
shake.
Transformers movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then
Actually, and some of the later
The
Transformers
explosion and the
movies,
dust everywhere.
it was like Bumblebee. You actually can tell what's going on in that movie. I do remember.
yeah, well, that's not a Michael Bay venture.
Exactly.
And yeah, I mean, some of the scenes do feel pretty disjointed, where they go from like
Mhm.
I'm joking and I'm happy to I'm scared and I'm screaming like in the span of 2 seconds. I couldn't count how many
Or,
times
I'm
that
sorry. No.
Shia LaBeouf screamed about Bumblebee. He screamed Bumblebee's
Right?
name. I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit! Like, take a drink or take a
Or-
shot every time.
Or his roommate. Oh my god, I couldn't stand his roommate.
Oh yeah, his roommate was the one I noticed the most, just randomly screaming. And it's because, Shia LaBeouf is now aged and mature, and he's been with these aliens, so they can't have him scream crazy like all the time like he did in the first movie.
Oh, he still screams a lot, though.
He does, but not as much as he did in the first movie.
Right. I guess.
And so that's why they had to introduce a new character, an annoying, stupid character.
A character who kind of gets roped in for no reason, really. I mean, what's the purpose of the side character? I don't even remember his name. That's how much I don't care.
I do remember it's Leo.
Leo, yeah.
And yeah, he was just. I'm like, when this movie started, just like the whole scene at the house, like that could have just been cut and just made it a scene of at the college and removed the roommate.
And the mom?
Oh,
Yeah,
the
but
mom.
parents
Dad,
could have
too.
been.
Both parents.
Parents could have been gone a long time ago.
yeah. As soon as the mom
So
had
annoying.
the pot brownies, I was done with that character. And
Right?
she just kept
'Cause-
being around.
Like I've seen YouTube videos call it out, but like really, do the writers of this do they not know how people act when they are on weed?
Definitely
Like-
not.
Right?
She was acting drunk, not high.
I was like, Molly. That was even.
serious.
I just don't get why they had to be at Egypt.
I
For the
wondered that
pyramids.
too.
Well, because aliens, they created the pyramids.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, don't try to side with the movie. It doesn't make sense why
Oh,
they
I'm
were
not
there. They
siding
were
with
there
the
just
movie.
so
I'm
to
just-
make his death, I did air quotes if you guys couldn't tell, more suspenseful.
Who's
Yeah,
dead?
'cause we didn't see that coming at all.
Oh,
Shia LaBeouf's.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh my! You're telling me they didn't kill off the main character for the movie? What?
Or
Ooh.
Optimus Prime.
What? You're
spoiler.
telling me they didn't kill off the most popular and famous Transformer character? Oh my god!
again? They've killed off.
Again?
They
Yeah,
do it.
remember,
They do it like 2 times within the Bayverse, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they do it, and then I mean, in the '80s movie, Transformers '80s movie, they killed him off, and there was many. What's the word? I can't even think. But a lot of people were upset in the '80s about that.
Which movie? Other movie? Do they kill him off?
The original Transformers cartoon movie in the '80s killed off.
Oh, I
Optimus
thought
Prime.
we were just talking about Michael Bay era.
Well, yeah, they kill him
Oh,
off
no.
in that Night movie too. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, I think they
they
do.
kill
in
him
the
and they bring him back again
yeah,
because he's like
is that the
evil,
fourth
and
one?
then yeah,
Fifth one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and then they have the audacity to kill Bumblebee in the newest one, the Beast Wars one.
Oh, did they?
Which
Yeah.
of course, that couldn't stick either. They just had to bring him back in that movie.
Yeah.
They just
And
these
you know
movies
that-
have no stakes. Like every single character comes back. The only characters that die are the ones that you don't care about or don't know about. Like all
Or
the
the one you
Decepticons
actually
at
really
the
like,
end.
aka Ironhide.
Well, yeah, but yeah, all the Decepticons at the end who like got killed, like you didn't know who any of them were. Like they just appeared in that scene, except for the dog, I guess. But like all those Decepticons were like no name, like getting killed with one tank shell, kind of deaths, and it's like, okay, should I care? like,
Well,
Or
that-
the wheelie
I'll say
Autobots. It's
the
like,
biggest-
okay.
the other biggest problem is besides Optimus and Bumblebee, it's like you can't tell any of them apart. So when they're fighting, you're like, which one just died?
Joe just died.
Oh no, Joe, the baby Decepticon or Autobot died. I can't tell.
Well, you definitely can tell between the Decepticons and the Autobots because the Autobots are very colorful and bright, and the
Yeah.
Decepticons are
At
like
this
always
point, yeah.
gray and whatever.
First one, I don't
Well-
think there was any color though, besides Bumblebee and Optimus.
I don't remember.
Well,
but-
also you can distinguish between the two because, like, throughout the whole series, it's not just this movie. Like, the Decepticons are way more badass than like the Autobots. The Autobots are, let's be a Mustang or a truck or this. Whereas the Decepticons are, tanks and they're
Oh, yeah. No, it's
campfires and they're all this and this and this.
Yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
Well,
the
it's when
giant
they
like
transform.
crane thing.
Yeah, it's when they transform and they're just like vague robots, and you're just like, you guys all look the same now.
No,
And
I
like even the fighting styles, it just seems like even in this movie, the Autobots are just, they're gonna use their fists, punch here and there, especially Bumblebee and like the final save for Shia LaBeouf. I mean, I know Optimus uses his sword and everything at the end, but it's just like, they're just like, oh, we're gonna use our guns and we'll punch them, that'll get them.
Yeah, they're
Only
they're
bad
little
guys
guns that
use
seem to do
guns.
nothing. And the only time that any it's so weird how like the power levels kind of shift here because it's like Megatron is like super indestructible for like the entire movie. Nothing hits him, nothing can hit him. And then all of a sudden at the end it's like, oh, he got hit and he's done in like one hit. like once and then there's other Decepticons that are the same way that are like the big badass guy who's supposed to be the big revenge
The
villain.
Fallen.
He gets
Yeah,
taken
the
out in like
Fallen.
2 seconds. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Am I watching
wish
the
I-
Expendables here? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, they kind of fallen with that guy. Like they really, I wanted to see him more. Maybe kill a couple Autobots. But
Mhm.
can't
Make
do
it
that.
interesting.
When your name's the Fallen, all you're gonna do is fall.
Yeah. what was his revenge again? Just blowing up the sun? And what was he getting a revenge for? Like, what happened?
The other, he's getting revenge that the other Optimuses or other Primes stripped away his Prime.
Damn.
Got him good.
They pulled down his pants and showed off his underwear at school. Revenge of the Fallen.
And the whole thing, like, only a Prime can kill him. It's like,
That's
why?
bullshit.
He was a Prime, and as we've seen, Primes can get killed by anybody.
Yeah, it's not like there's a directive that like shuts down any Transformer in the area that's not a Prime when they're around him. Like,
Yeah.
also, okay, maybe we're getting too far into it. But at the end,
No.
he uses like that shockwave attack that just
Mhm.
destroys all those tanks and stuff. Why doesn't he use that move against Optimus? Like, what is he waiting for?
Well,
I
I mean,
hate
he had
Not to
the.
recharge.
Oh,
he
yeah.
shot his wad a little too soon. And
Or
now he's
I
gotta
mean, he did
recharge.
have it up. Like he had all the rocks up and stuff, and Optimus just flew right through it. But I don't know.
Maybe that's why a
That's
Prime
true.
can only defeat him.
Maybe.
The only thing I don't get is maybe, and there's more of an argument with this one. Maybe it does have to recharge. Is use the railgun. Like, why couldn't they use the railgun on the freaking thing that was about to destroy the sun?
Oh yeah,
Makes too much sense.
yeah.
Yeah, the one on the boat.
They didn't want
Yeah,
suspense.
like,
Yeah,
does
that's
it
what
have to
I'm thinking.
recharge? Like, is there only one-time use? Kind of thing?
There was
Like,
it's experimental, so
Death
there's
Star,
only
right?
one bullet.
Yeah, it's got to reach. I feel like that it has to recharge at least.
Probably.
It's experimental. It's probably it's on the one random ship that's at the battle. Like. I mean, what a way to cop out with that giant like multi-transformer robot though, which was
Yeah.
actually a cool thing in the movie.
yeah.
Like they just kind of shoot it once and it's like he's down. It's like what? He's like made up of like 5 different pieces. Like what?
Yeah.
Well,
And what
I mean,
happened to the
I
two
won't-
like hillbilly droids that were fighting him too? Like they
Oh
just
my
kind of
gosh.
disappear.
the
Yes.
twins? The most annoying Autobots ever to exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are they that they're just there throughout the whole movie, just following Bumblebee around? It's like, could you please stop?
Fuck off, mate. But yeah, they were like winning in that fight for like the
Mhm.
one scene, and then they're just gone when he's at the
Yeah.
top of the pyramid.
They just got bored.
Yeah.
Just dipped.
They didn't.
Like
there
the
was
rest of us.
maybe there was a deleted scene where they died, and then Michael Bay was like, "Oh, I don't want to show them dying. They're my favorite
Yeah.
stereotypical."
The kids will love these two characters.
Yeah,
Right.
so annoying.
Yeah, they were the worst.
I just love
And
that
you know-
Bumblebee's like whole attitude is very Herbie like
Well-
spraying like the like Herbie, like the beetle.
Right. I was gonna say, have you never seen Bumblebee the movie? And it's pretty much Herbie with a transformer.
Yeah.
No, I had this was my first ever Transformer movie. That
Wow. Oh, what a start.
Oh.
Nice to start.
Apart
Trust me,
from
the
the
first one
4D
is
ride
actually
at
good.
Universal.
That's better
Yeah.
than this. At least you're getting something out of it. Yeah, the Bumblebee movie is
Yeah.
pretty much Herbie fully loaded, except with Bumblebee in the
Yeah.
See,
And it
that's
is-
fantastic. I think
I'll
I'd
say
like
that one is like the best Transformers movie. I haven't seen the Beast Wars one, so I can't say
No,
for that
that
one.
one's pretty
but-
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Grady and I went to
Bumblebee
go
is-
see that, and we thought it was gonna be kind of good because like beasts and robots, and no, it was bad.
No. Well, Bumblebee then is the best Transformers movie to date.
Yeah, it probably is. Honestly,
Probably watch it.
I really enjoyed the Bumblebee movie. I thought it was fun.
I really enjoyed the Transformers 4D ride at Universal in California.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was really fun, but
Oh.
that's the only knowledge of Transformers that I've had.
That's really all you
Apart from
need.
this
Yeah, hold
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
to that feeling on that ride because every other movie is pretty much the same as this one except for Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it because that ride was so much fun.
Yeah. Well, so the nice thing about the ride is you're the human versus annoying humans who aren't written well.
And like with the fighting, you can actually be a part of it and be
Yeah.
whipped around, and it's
Yeah.
great.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
It's a 4D
Instead of-
experience.
Yeah,
It
instead
is.
of going, what just happened? Like,
Fantastic.
cameraman, could you back up a little bit, cameraman, please? I can't tell what's going on. All I'm seeing now is robot scrotums.
Oh All right.
Or a
You went
zoom
there.
up on Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
And don't
Lord.
forget about the wrecking balls on the
yeah.
big Transformer that they.
I'm underneath the
Oh, come on,
enemy's
that's a funny part. That's
scrotum. No, it's not. It's so dumb.
it's dumb, but it's funny. It's funny dumb.
I don't know. It's funny dumb. If you find it funny dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna change my rating, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna give it 2 stars for 2 balls.
Ayo.
Yeah, the camera work was quite, or the cinematography was quite terrible in this one. There's
Just
one
quick-
scene where like I think it's Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox running across like a open area, and they do like a handheld shot, and it's like zoomed out, and it's like what is this supposed to be conveying right now? Like what are we doing here? Like this is so stupid.
Yeah.
well, what annoyed me is like you can tell, like there was when they were running away from the girl robot or whatever, like they were running through the library and stuff. You could tell they literally just stacked books on top of like TNT stuff. It was just like I was like, really, that's the best you can do? Like
got
you
it.
literally can tell like where the TNT was, and you can just see the books flying up in the air. It's just like, all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that girl robot. I mean, I guess that's Rule 34 in Michael Bay's universe.
No.
Why?
Michael Bay.
She was like making out with Shia. Why didn't she just use her tongue thing to stab him through the back of the head and be done with it?
Right.
Seriously.
Well,
We got
did,
the
did
brain.
they want to kill him, or did they want the?
They wanted the brain. Megatron was
symbols.
literally going to kill him to get his brain.
Well, you know, they had to have Megan Fox walk in and see him kissing somebody to be like, ah, it's over. And then 5 minutes later go, oh no. I
5
love
minutes? You mean 5 seconds?
Yeah. Walk down the hall and then,
Yeah,
what's going on?
that whole B plot of him not saying "I love you" to Megan Fox
Yo,
is like
So stupid.
So
please,
dumb.
for
Well,
the-
especially because she doesn't come back for the third movie.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's like this was this big
She
plot
left.
of a big plot point of will they say it? Will they say it? Which all of us are like, don't care, and like I don't know why she's with this loser.
Yeah, I mean,
My first thought was like, is this how they're trying to get like women more involved or like to actually care about Transformers? Because this is not it. Like
No.
this is not the way to do that.
yeah, the Bumblebee movie does a much better job because
Mhm.
it's Bumblebee with like a teenage girl going on like a whirlwind adventure. It's so much better in terms of just like not over sexualizing the characters.
Yes.
And here you have, the robot girl who is a
Anorexic.
wet dream for many Transformers fans out there.
Gross.
And then you have Megan Fox, who is put into these very awkward positions. Like the first shot you see of her, she's like straddling a motorcycle, and the camera pans up her ass cheeks to her face. It's like,
Mhm.
it's like,
And then she like strips down. It's like, what the hell? Like, is this a
Yeah.
Hardee's commercial? Like, what the is going
Well,
on?
you know why she didn't come back for the third movie?
Because she went insane.
Well, no, because of all of the over sexualization and Michael Bay's creepy. So she's finally
That's
like, I've had
true.
enough.
That's true.
And
There was one
left.
thing that he wanted her to say, like all like sexualized, and she did, and I was like, oh yeah, that was definitely directed by a perv, 100%.
oh
Which
yeah,
line?
she was like talking about like a car part or something.
Yeah, it was like in the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
remember, but yeah,
we say that again.
An exhaust
yeah, something
pipe.
like yeah.
I like it when you say that. Like, why?
Yeah,
I wish you would have said it like really manly. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
the chemistry between Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox non-existent.
Yeah.
We'll say what chemistry?
Yeah, the two characters just. I mean, it's a classic tale of these two should never have been together in the first place, but we had to have a love interest and.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, if she would have like come out as gay, I would have been like, yeah, all right, this makes sense. Like this makes sense. But
Although I will say Megan Fox did a better job than the other girl that they got in the third movie. She was awful. Oh
Yeah.
man.
who is that?
I forget her name, but she
no name.
was.
Yeah.
She
I
was.
don't think she's been in
horrible.
anything else.
A one-hit wonder.
Yeah, I think that this was her big, shot, and she got it because Michael Bay just wanted a sexy lady.
He needed someone to rival Megan Fox. Megan Fox at the time when this movie came out, was it 2007?
Well, that was
2009.
This was 2010.
This was like
yeah.
peak Megan Fox era. Like Kate Upton came out after, or didn't come out, but she came around after Megan Fox. Megan Fox was like at the top for quite some time with Jennifer's
she
Body,
was.
the Transformers movies. So yeah, this was like peak Megan Fox. Like everyone wanted her in their movies just because she was smoking hot and she was like #1 hottest female on like the top 100 or whatever.
Forever.
Yeah.
It was Rosie Huntington Whiteley.
Ah, yes.
Whiteley. I know.
When did
She was not good.
When did the Michael Bay's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles come out?
Oh boy.
Because that was like 2014 or something. So obviously they kind of must have. So Megan Fox is in that again. So they must have made amends.
Well, I don't think he directed it. I think he was just producer on it.
Oh, okay, that might be it.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
a
think he had
Dan
like
Schneider moment all over again.
he didn't have like a hand in it. He just was like he probably funded it. Really, that's probably what happened.
Probably. Goodness. He's almost as bad as M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, they're kind of on the same level in terms of like just bad movies.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at Michael Bay's filmography,
Earlier stuff.
it's just a whole lot of nothing really.
The Rock was, I think,
Explosion
the
and
best
explosions.
thing.
What was his first movie? 1996.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Rock-
remember,
I
the
remember
Pearl
liking The
Harbor
Rock.
movie being terrible. I mean,
Boring.
Bad Boys from '95, I guess, was kind of fun.
Did he do Bad Boys 2?
He did.
I'll see. I don't know. I've never saw either of those.
Yeah, me neither.
He's kind of been
Didn't he
stuck in
do,
the Transformers rut for his entire career at this point. He did Armageddon, which was
Yeah, Armageddon.
decent,
yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that was decent. There was
But-
some dumb stuff in it, but
I mean, look, there's a reason why he's never won an Oscar, okay? And
Exactly.
he makes
Didn't he
movies
do The
that
Purge,
are
too?
he makes blockbusters
Yeah.
that people go to see, and the ones who just love to watch explosions and boobs. He's their dude. He's their guy.
yeah, he makes the schlock, the summer blockbuster that everyone will go see, but no one will remember in a year.
Exactly.
But yeah, his best movie is probably either the first Transformers or Armageddon.
I don't know. I'd put the again. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but The Rock was definitely probably his best.
Who did Bumblebee? The new boot up.
It was
I-
directed by someone else.
Yeah, I don't remember who.
Yeah.
I probably could look at a list of Transformers movies and find it, but I can't be asked right now.
Kinda where I'm at.
I
I
will
was
say-
about to look up the chick in the third movie, but then Greedy beat me to it, so I was like, "Cool, I don't have to look it up now."
And then you closed out the Transformers page, and that was it.
No, I didn't even have. I just had
That's it.
IMDb open. I didn't even. I haven't typed in Transformers yet. So
Yeah. Speaking of Bumblebee, and maybe even the other Transformers, they're pretty ugly when they don't have their masks on. Like, I hate their design of the
Oh, yeah.
faces.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like,
I
it
thought the
goes from
same
like
thing.
looking cool to looking like super goofy,
Yeah.
and you can't take anything
tried
that
to
they
give
say
them lips.
serious.
yeah.
It's like looking at an eagle head on. Like it's not
It's worse
majestic
than-
anymore.
It's worse than that.
Yeah,
The
they're all-
eagle
they're
at
all
least looks
cool and-
like derpy cute.
That's true. That is true.
These Transformers, like since they tried to give him like lips and stuff, you're just like, now you just look
Oh,
Dumb.
Optimus has some kissable lips. Do you see
He
those
does.
things?
Oh my gosh.
Again, it goes back to the sexualized thing.
Yeah, even Optimus is sexualized. Those kissable lips, man. I puckered up while watching the movie.
Easy breezy, beautiful.
But yeah, I mean, I
man.
had you got to like cover up the top half of his face. The bottom half is fine. The top half is not good. Yeah.
Just close your eyes.
But yeah, I felt like, well, I guess it goes back to what Greedy was saying, where like the Decepticons actually look kind of cool, but the Transformers, like when they don't have their masks on, even sometimes if they do have their masks on, they just look dumb.
Yeah.
I don't have any other words to
Bumblebee.
describe it. They just look dumb.
Yeah. Bumblebee's kind of bad.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
more than
it's fun,
kind
it's
in my
like-
opinion.
They didn't. That's what I also like about Bumblebee is like they actually follow the designs of the comic, and actually make them look comic accurate. And they're like, oh, they just look like cool Gundams now. Cool. As
He's
they
so
should.
cute. Team Bumblebee all the way.
Bumblebee is cute. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't mind the animated version, but the transition to live action was rough on everyone,
Not it.
Yeah.
even Shia LaBeouf.
Boop.
Yikes. Why does everybody look like so tan, like almost burnt? Is what I want to know. Like everyone looked like they had just spent a day playing beach volleyball, and so they're like tan and they're sweaty, and it's just like
Well,
But,
they
like,
filmed
take a
all
shower.
the Egypt stuff first, probably, and now they were all,
Probably.
but then they didn't let them shower after that, so they're just like, it's fine. The
Just
tan
straight to
sweaty
it.
look. That's what we want.
Yeah, actually, the college campus and his house were actually in Egypt too. They rented out the space, so they could
They just
never
built
detan.
it all in
Yeah.
the desert.
Yep. All right, now pretend that you're in an American suburb, but it's 100 degrees out.
I said what I said.
I mean, it really did look like they were all just drenched in sweat through this entire movie. I think the only character that didn't look drenched in sweat was the mom.
Yes.
Everyone else is
that
just
true.
sweaty, dirty, like
Yeah,
drenched.
so bad.
And that was when they just
Um,
got there.
Yeah.
Like
Now,
nothing had
well,
happened
that-
yet.
It comes down to the sexualization stuff where Michael Bay's just like everyone needs to be oiled up and ready to fuck.
Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
That's how Michael Bay directs, guys. I'm
All
sorry.
it's missing is a kiddie pool filled with Jello, and here we go. Wow.
Oh, there's a deleted scene of that, I'm sure.
I'm sure
That's just for Michael Bay's personal use.
that's in the Bay archives. We don't.
The Baychives, as they call
The
it.
Bay.
The Bay
Heyo.
Archives.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I found myself cringing a lot during the movie, and
Yes,
Yep.
me too.
I was laughing at it a couple times, especially when Optimus was monologuing. It was just kind of funny. And then there were other times where like I just started laughing because it was just so ridiculous. And not one of those like laughs that feel good, like a laugh that's kind of painful where it's like yeah.
Yeah. Yup.
I
And the runtime of this movie. Can we talk
Was
about that?
Stupid.
So
Now
long.
that's
my
cringe.
God.
There was so many times I was like, okay, this is gonna be wrapping up, right? Half hour later. God, we still have probably another hour of this.
Yeah.
Well, it felt like, any type of, like, especially the Shia LaBeouf, death, again, air quotes, felt like it took, like, 30 minutes. I'm like, are you serious? Like,
I was
we don't
close
need
to
this slow-mo of him flying and, doing
Yeah.
17 barrel rolls,
Hey, my guy's fine. He had the power of the Transformers put inside of him, and he lived.
Yeah,
However that works.
yeah. And again,
like
I
how
said,
the whole
this-
battle
someone-
stops, after that.
Yeah, someone just really needed to sit down with Michael Bay and be like, all right, we're gonna edit some shit out.
Like an hour's worth.
Seriously, like I said, that whole first beginning scene at his house, gone. That can take place at college, and without the parents, and also
Without the robot humping Megan Fox's leg.
Yeah, without
Yeah.
the roommate, without so much, just so bad.
I was 45 minutes in when I said, this has to be over soon, right? So you can imagine my disappointment.
No, I was fighting myself not to turn this off the entire time. I was like, I'll do it for the podcast. Every time I looked at my mouse to close out of the window, I was like, no, I gotta do it for the podcast. I mean, that was the point where I got where it's just like at one line after the other, another scream after another explosion. I was like, oh my god, my mouse was going towards that X button. I'm like, oh, don't you do it. We gotta struggle through this one. I've not had this much trouble watching a movie since the second Jumanji movie. That one also broke me a bit.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch that.
Well, you're in luck. We've reviewed both of the new ones, so
Well,
you'll
thank
never have to
God.
watch them.
Both? There's 2 new ones?
Yeah, there's Jumanji, The Next Level,
Yeah.
and Jumanji,
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. Yeah.
That makes me hurt inside.
Yeah. The first
That
one
would hurt
wasn't-
us.
The first one wasn't as bad.
Both of them were terrible. So that's what, yeah.
No, one scene I kind of did like, and one action scene that I kind of did like is when Optimus Prime pretty essentially originally dies. You know, that whole forest scene and like the factory. Like I did like all of that, but again, it didn't last long enough. It was like 5 minutes of the whole movie. I was like, okay, if any scene could have been extended, it could have been, Optimus,
Fighting.
using his swords and, kicking some ass. But nope, he had to kill Optimus, and Optimus had to tell Sam to run. It's like, all right.
Run. Yeah, the goofy thing is like he kills the one fucko. I don't know what his name was, but he kills him.
I think that's the right name, actually. I think,
and he's like,
he was
well,
Fuck with the Decepticon.
And Optimus Prime's like, well,
Again,
that's
that
done.
cool. That was a cool looking Decepticon too. It's just like, why couldn't the Autobots be cool looking too?
But yeah, he kills him. He's like, well, time for me to pack it up. And then he gets killed. And it's like, dumbass, you're in the middle of a fight here. Like, don't, like, they do the whole scene where, like, stands over the body and he's, like, wiping himself off and he just gets stabbed through the chest. It's like, well, you kind of had that one coming, buddy.
Yep.
Showboating it. Teabagging the Decepticon.
Yeah, teabagging, just like the old Call of Duty lobbies when there's still one more to go. Whoops.
Yeah.
The one scene I liked was when the one government douche canoe was standing at like the edge of the plane, like about to jump out, and he was like being such a little puss, like I can't do this, I have an ulcer, blah, 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 blah. And then the other guy is like slaps him across the face and was like, you need to pay attention. I was like, this is so bizarre and hilarious.
He's like, I want you to pull the chute. Pulls it. Not now, dumbass.
Not now. We're still in the plane.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part. I audibly laughed at that part.
One thing that, that sticks with all these movies with the Michael Bay universe, which I don't know why, is someone that absolutely hates the Autobots that it's high in power. I don't get it. Like, why you gotta have it in every single movie?
Because it's a staple.
Because it's drama.
Yeah.
It's a horrible staple.
Uh-oh.
Literally, every single movie, some high government person or whoever is like, you need to leave. It's like, okay. And then they're like the complete asshole throughout the whole movie. It's like, oh my god, here we go.
Optimus said a pretty good line where he was like, if we leave, you better hope we're wrong, or something like that.
If you're wrong or whatever.
Yeah. That's because Michael Bay saw the Ghostbusters movies back in the day, and he really liked that government official who shut down, the Ghostbusters power.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I need that in every movie.
You know what else he needs in every movie? The United States Army, brother. Yeah! Oh, here come the tanks coming. Oh, shit, there's the jets.
Yeah, that was
here's some medica helicopter.
There's the tactical formation right there. Our U.S. Army is so cool, brother. Oh, shit, I'm coming in my pants.
That was the other thing that bugged me for sure, was just this is Michael Bay's wet dream for the Army.
I mean, he could literally direct commercials for the Army. I mean, I'm about to sign up right now after that tank scene where they all ine up and shoot the Decepticons. Like, damn.
That was the Egyptian Army, I think, that did that.
Well, yeah, and the funny thing is, like, the small arms fire and stuff from the Americans don't do anything. So it's like, even
Yeah.
if this
No,
wasn't
not
like a
at all.
commercial for the U.S. Army, like, they're pretty much useless in the entire fight except for the railgun. So,
Yep.
Well, the
and the
helicopter
carpet
stuff,
bomber.
and the jets, they kind of.
The helicopters got, well, I guess those were the Egyptian helicopters, so never mind. Egyptian Air
L.
Force. Helicopters got cut in half almost
Oh
immediately.
yeah.
L.
Michael Bay's like, fuck them. I don't care about them.
Yeah,
They're not the US
yeah.
Army.
If they're not,
America.
if they're not American, I don't care. You know.
I don't care.
But we're filming in Egypt. Shut up.
Yeah, wouldn't
Blows
that
them.
cause like an international incident having like the U.S. Army like just
Land.
pretty much
Yes,
the land
it-
in Egypt? Like,
Don't mind us.
Yeah, we swear it's a movie.
yeah,
Don't worry, we have a kiddie pool with Jello in the back here. It's fine. Everything's fine. Come find us when you're done.
man. You know how? I'm pretty sure it's a big middle finger with the pyramid being destroyed too.
Seriously,
Because they are very protective of the pyramid over in Egypt, or the pyramids plural. Like if you even step
Just
foot on
the
one,
one.
you get like arrested and thrown in jail for
Yeah.
a day or something. Like it was watching them just tear apart the pyramid. I was like, damn.
Like standing on top of it, like it doesn't even matter. I'm like, y'all, this is not a fucking anthill. Like,
like to put it in perspective, like imagine a transformer ripping apart the Statue of Liberty or something. You know, like.
Hey, we show the Statue of Liberty get destroyed a bunch in movies, so
Yeah.
That's true.
What about the San Francisco? No, the Golden Gate Bridge just destroyed everything too.
mhm.
that's the thing about America. We love to see our
Yeah,
national
we loved it all.
treasures.
Just everything to be burned. The White House
It's
gets
okay.
blown up in Independence Day.
Yeah,
We don't care.
Egypt, Versailles, you don't. Your things, they gotta be blown up. It hasn't been done yet. We gotta do it first.
They actually destroyed a pyramid for that? I thought that was all CGI.
Oh yeah, they put the TNT in the top and everything. They
Yeah.
we gotta make this
Yeah.
as realistic as possible.
Also, going back to the pyramids, when they originally discover whatever, that thing to bring Miss back, whatever, why do they run so far away from Bumblebees shooting the wall just for it to be the smallest explosion? It's almost like it was supposed to be a bigger explosion, but it just ended up being what it was, and they couldn't redo it. So
probably.
it just seemed like they ran a great distance compared to the actual explosion,
Mm.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of running in the last part of this movie that I felt was very unneeded. Like, how far away are they from this fucking drop point? Like, why do they have to run so fucking far?
But they had to go through the pillars, and they had to go through the village, and
Yeah, they had to go through all these locations that we don't care about. They get to the main action. It's like in
And then-
Godzilla 2014 when they kept cutting away from Godzilla at the moment where the action starts to pick up.
yeah,
But-
pretty much.
Yeah.
But reversed.
Yeah.
Here's some action you don't want or need.
Here's some
Cut
Armageddon
away,
in case you
please.
forgot about them.
Did you know that Shia LaBeouf is running towards the drop zone?
Oh gosh.
Also, like the dust, like the thing turns to dust. Like, how did he pick up all that dust and put it into his sock? I just
Yeah.
feel like it would be incomplete. But like, even if you tried to grab every grain of sand, I feel like it still would be like incomplete or something would have been missing.
It's
from that.
Cybertron magic. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. You
I'm
only
about to
need
say,
one
but-
grain of sand for it to reform, actually.
You know what? The shard was inside of us the whole time.
Yeah.
It was inside Shia LaBeouf's peanut. No, I'm kidding.
Megatron about to cut off Shia LaBeouf's penis to get the shard.
Don't give Michael Bay ideas.
Well,
Right.
sorry, my bad.
So
So yeah, I mean, comparing this to like other action movies that are actually good, like I think back to like the Mission Impossible movies and stuff, where it had like really well done action sequences and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've watched a couple of the Transformers movies, not all of them, but every single one of them just is the most bland action romp that you could ever believe. Like, here's a close up of the guy shooting the gun, then you have the CG robots like tussling in the background. The camera's going all crazy and looping around them, and I don't know, it's just like a lot of the action is just indiscernible. Like what's going on. It's a lot of just like metal on metal and nothing really making sense. And you see like the soldiers like shoot the robots and it's like nothing happens. It's like, okay, so when am I supposed to start caring?
Do they actually shoot them? They half of the time it says I'm shooting into blank. It's just like, what are they shooting? I mean, there's a couple times where you actually see them like doing damage to them. But
like I said, the Smalls arm fire does nothing, but they still seem to fire an entire clip into the Transformers.
Yeah. So from what if I remember right, Michael Bay came out and said like why the camera's so up close and you can't tell what's going on, and it's a stupid reason. But basically he's like, well, if you were in this scene, you wouldn't be able to tell what's going on either.
Yeah, but I'm not in this scene.
Yeah, we're not. It's a movie. We'd like to see what's going on.
And even if it was from like a perspective of a soldier, like they're all the way over there. Like the Transformers are fighting over there. Like,
yeah, it's just like I said, it's a dumb reason. It's just a dumb movie. Such a bad movie.
Yeah.
And the music. Oh my god, the music.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, like the Linkin Park song is fine. It's not my favorite Linkin Park song ever. They actually made this song for this movie.
Every Transformers, yeah.
But oh my god, like the soundtrack is so bad in this. Like they played I was getting so they played the same song 3 times throughout the movie. 21 Guns by Green Day. It was always the chorus. I hate that song with a burning passion. They play it 3 times, 2 times almost in a row. They stop and then they get back into it when he's in the college dorm room. I wanted to scream when the A New Divide ended and they started playing 21 Guns in the credits. Like I was
dedicated.
it was just kind of sitting there and I was just kind of like flabbergasted with how bad the movie was, and like all of a sudden A New Divide fades out and 21 Guns starts playing, and that's when I was finally gave in and pressed the X button on my browser. I was so done with that fucking song and the fucking soundtrack on this fucking movie. It's so bad. It's just whatever was popular at the time in a playlist, but 21 Guns fucking sucks. Okay, is this controversial to say that song fucking sucks? Green Day's washed ever since the 20th Century Breakdown album. I don't care anymore. It's bad. It's bad.
No.
Okay, but Yemmy, I don't think we understand how you feel about that song.
I feel outrage. I feel distaste. I feel like smashing every Green Day. Well, not every, but that song. I feel like smashing that song over my head multiple times so I can forget that it ever existed. It's just such an annoying song. I hate it so much. I hated it before this movie, and this movie has reinvigorated that hate in my body. Like, oh my god!
I'm sorry to laugh, but wow.
I've never cared for the song, but I don't have such hate for it.
I have a hate.
To say I don't mind it.
I have a hate inside of me.
I'm just glad I didn't watch the credits then. I be honest with you guys, I turned it off when Optimus was doing his speech, whatever. I was like, I'm done. I don't need to hear Optimus saying, "We're here on Earth," like he does in every movie. So I don't need to hear that.
I like the what song the Linkin Park song was
A New
playing.
Divide.
I was like, I don't hate the song, so I'll listen to a second. So I
can
saw
go on Spotify and
I saw
want to listen to it.
30 seconds of the credits before I went, okay, yeah, I'm done.
And it is kind of cringe how they start playing that song while Optimus is giving a speech. That actually made me laugh out loud because it's like Optimus Prime giving like this crazy speech. He comes back from the dead and they defeat the Fallen, and it's like
and then they played him off.
It's just so funny. It's just tone deaf, I guess you could say. Like the whole movie is just tone deaf with especially with the music, just like playing these random songs throughout it. And they also play A New Divide like twice during the movie. Once at the beginning, once at the end. It's like like you guys have more songs.
They only pay for those 2.
Like,
they don't want to spend the money on the rights.
Well, those
exactly.
were I mean, 21 Guns was brand new by Green Day. They obviously like gave them the song because they were like, this is our new album, this is our new song, their new single, we
Mm-hmm.
got to pump it everywhere we can. The reason why I became so sick of 21 Guns, not only is it just an annoying song and the music video is also really dumb, but it was played on the radio like every 10 minutes when it was brand new. And that
Yeah.
was the time where I was stuck in a van driving for like 5 hours a day, and we listened to the same radio station, and the song kept coming on. And that's all. I mean, it's just one of those things. It's like it's just repetition, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the song to begin with, and then I have to hear it like every 10 minutes on the radio because it's brand new, and I just
Song
hate.
haunted
Like I
you.
have just such a hate for this song in my soul. Ever since 20th Century Breakdown was the album that it came out on, I have not liked any of the Green Day albums since that one. And it might be because of this song. I'm not. I'm being serious.
fair.
Like I'm not joking.
No,
Like,
Well, we believe you. Oh, 100%.
I still like
man.
Dookie. Dookie's great. Love Dookie. Dookie's a good album.
What about American Idiot?
It's good.
It's good. And then there's that other one. Maybe it is Dookie. I don't remember. I don't know the albums well enough. There's songs of theirs I like. There's songs of theirs I don't.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. They had. There's a reason that they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're a big band. They got good songs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I just can't stomach them now. Ever since that album, so
Fair.
whatever. And there was my rant of the day, folks.
GG's.
Um,
GG's.
So yeah, I think we've tackled pretty much everything
Yeah.
in this movie, and its cringiness and its horribleness
All its
and
glory.
it's a bad movie, guys.
Yeah,
Bad.
we kind of touched on Tim's last comment here. He wanted us to talk about the difference between how the Transformers look in the animated verse versus the movie verse.
Oh, yeah.
I think we kind of touched on that a little bit. But
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone had anything else they wanted to say. Like, I think the animated version of these
better.
characters look great. Like, even
Which is why, like I said, which is why Bumblebee's better, because they actually look like how they do in the comics and the animation.
Yeah, like even like the more CG based show, I would prefer over this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. Oh, because Transformers actually, like, there's a lot of cool things in that universe that they do, and this movie doesn't do any of it. They just
Mhm.
came up with their own schlop and went, yeah, it's close enough. It's Decepticons versus Autobots. That's all you need.
yeah, there's a reason that like Batman movies work or Spider-Man movies work. They're based on a already established
Yeah.
story or already established characters. And what they do in these movies is they go, okay, we got the characters, but we'll just make up our own story. It'll be better. Nope.
And, like, they have things like, I think that in the comics, like this Allspark and things like that.
I like
you
the
know.
basic MacGuffins, sure.
Yeah, they've got that, but like the war between the two of them is like actually like super interesting and stuff, and they could do a lot with that, and they didn't. They
Well,
don't.
Yeah, I mean, if you have the means to, there's 3 Transformers video games that were delisted, that were on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, and those ones actually
Actually, really
depict,
good.
yeah, they depict like the War of Cybertron and like how they came to Earth really well in this trilogy of games that you cannot buy anymore because of IP issues. But like
Yeah.
those actually like had great designs for the characters. They were fun games as well, and then they also like actually told the story of like the War of Cybertron and the fall
Yeah.
of Cybertron. Well, much better than the small snippets we get from these Transformers movies.
Yeah. Well, I know, like, in some of the newer comics, they, like, you kind of find out the Decepticons, like, the whole reason they started the war is because they were tired, basically. It's like a class war where they're like, we're tired of being your low class, and we want to be more than that. We won't be able to transform into whatever we want. And the Autobots went, no. Kind of, roughly, something like that.
Oh man, Transformers went woke, dude. Fuck.
Oh, okay.
That's a joke.
Okay, so
That's just a joke.
yeah, so that my wife, who's actually a big Transformers fan, filled me in. So Autobots were like the moderates. Were like, let's not fight about this, and the ruling class was above the Autobots. It was like, no, we're gonna fight about this.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, a little more political.
Gotta love it.
Other than just we're bad, we're evil, we're gonna fight. Which makes more sense to actually, give the war a reason of why it's happening versus just, I don't know, we're Decepticons. Decepticons fight.
We're evil. Let's fight.
Yeah, that's our MO is we're just evil.
Yeah, I forget how the games. It's been a while since I played the first one, but I forget how they like start the war in that one. I think it's just kind of already going on, like
Yeah.
just kind of
Well,
thrown
that's the
into
thing
it.
is, in a lot of the comic stuff, the war's just been going on for so long.
It's the
Yeah, like I
endless
said, it was
war.
the newer comics. I think that actually delved into the reasons.
Well,
But none of that's in this movie
yeah.
or any of the Transformer movies. A little bit in Bumblebee. A little bit better in Bumblebee, but still.
Oh, here's something that I was thinking about before we started. They keep pushing the Transformers timeline back further and further.
Yeah.
They start out with like, oh, the Transformers first arrived on Earth in the first Transformers movie. So now, no, they've been around since Egypt times or whatever, right? And then I believe it's either the next movie or the fourth movie. They're like, oh no, they were around during medieval times. Like they've been, and then the next movie is like, oh no, they were around during dinosaur times. Actually, they were around during 10 million BC. It's like,
Yeah.
when did
Well,
they
that's-
get here? Like, what the fuck is going
Well,
on?
that would say that would be it was a jump back, jump forward, jump back, jump back.
And it's
The
like,
medieval times was because like this said I think it was like 10,000 BC or something for when the Fallen showed up.
yeah, well, I think in the most recent movie they were there during medieval times with the beasts.
Well, no, that
because they
the
had
Night
like
of the
that whole
Round
set
Table was
piece
medieval. Yeah, there was the Night of the Round Table one, but
that
then
didn't fit.
wait, no, but that was
Not
the
at
same
all.
when I think the dinosaurs showed up. So they're like, oh no, we've been here since the dinosaurs. I don't know.
Yeah, I
All over the
the
place.
one throwaway line in this movie was like, "Oh, my father was the original wheel." It's like, okay, so you just transformed into a fucking wheel? Like, what did you guys do?
No, he was just a will.
Yeah,
It turns out Transformers were made on Earth, and then they went to Cybertron, screwed it up, and then came back to Earth.
oh yeah, damn. But yeah, they had the pictures of like the Model T Ford, and they're like, "Oh, this was a Transformer." It's like, okay, so what did they transform into before electronics? Like,
The plows and stuff.
yeah, oh, a metal plow, revolutionary.
They were metal plows.
But like, not all metal. There was wood in there.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, none of it makes sense. It's all stupid. The Baneverse, Transformer Baneverse, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
So yeah, at this point, I don't even know if they're making another one or if they're rebooting the series again. Because like Bumblebee came out, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is great. I think they're gonna come up. They're gonna build off of
Yeah.
this." And then the Beast Wars movie came out, and it was like,
They are making another one. There was
Yeah,
a
okay.
plot
think Michael-
twist at the end. Remember?
do you want me to remember anything from that movie? All I remember
Michael
is.
Bay, I thought there was like 9 more planned or something.
Oh yeah, okay. Does everyone want to be spoiled for the end of the newest Transformers movie?
I do not care.
I
But-
don't either.
I
Spoiler
care so
warning
much.
for-
I don't want to be spoiled.
But you saw it.
Spoiler warning for
That's a joke.
listeners.
I remember this now. They revealed that G.I. Joe is a part of the Transformers universe.
Oh God.
So like they're gonna team
Which
up
is-
with G.I. Joe.
Stupid because how that one kid survives is just dumb. The ending of that movie is dumb.
Yeah, like
No,
the
and-
Transformers like
wait.
give their parts to the main character, and he like fights the Decepticons by himself.
The
So-
most powerful one and kills
That's
them pretty much.
So in Beast Wars, it takes place in like humans are there and stuff.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
modern times.
Because that's what made the Beast Wars show good. Is it like they landed on like prehistoric Earth or just a planet that wasn't necessarily even Earth, and there was no
Yeah.
humans. It was just robot versus robot.
And it was bad because they hardly show the beast.
Yeah,
Ugh.
the movie that like the whole draw in the trailer was like, it's the big gorilla man, and he's in like 10% of the movie. And I think he dies too. Like they kill him off.
No, he doesn't
It's
die.
Optimus Prime. They gotta kill him.
Yeah. And then there was yeah. No, you know, I don't even want to get into it. Let's just.
Yeah.
Are we all ready to give our final
Yes,
thoughts
I'm
and
ready.
rating? I'll go ahead and start.
And
us
I'll do
off.
it at once. No. Well, let's go start with Tay, or not Tay. I'm sorry, Tim. Did he give his rating?
You know what? He did not.
Oh, sad.
I'm sure it's a 5 out of 5. I don't.
Uh-oh.
If he was a kid, 5 out of 5. Nowadays, maybe he's dropped it down.
Yeah, if he's listening to this, if you could write the rating in the comments, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah. Come
He
on,
probably
Tim,
turned us
please.
off by now. He's like, oh my god.
I think he
Everyone's
understands.
stressed.
No hard feelings, Tim.
Well, right, yeah. I mean, this is not like this. Like anything that we've said does not relate back to Tim. Tim is a great guy.
No.
We love Tim. We're not, just because he chose a bad movie for us, it's fine. We don't hate him. We loved him, and we'd like.
I'm even a lover of the Transformers franchise, and just this movie is not it.
Oh, I know it.
Or the fourth movie,
You guys should have heard Greedy talking about the Beast Wars movie before it came out. He's like, "This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be epic. This is gonna be amazing." Boy, walking
Sorry,
out of
I
that
was
theater
like-
was like a morgue, dude.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm sorry they let you down again, Greedy.
Again,
Well,
that's-
especially
mean, they all-
after Bumblebee,
yeah.
like you thought that they were going in a
Yeah.
different direction, and they just didn't. They should have just gone the Bumblebee route.
I'll
make it
stick
a-
to
make
the
it a
first
period
movie.
piece.
First movie's good. Well, decent, I should say.
As the first movie, I don't know if I'd say good, but
It's been a
And
very
I also
long time
watched the
since that one.
third movie, The Dark Side of the Moon or whatever. It wasn't bad either. So
yeah, no, this is
definitely
definitely
better than this one.
This is definitely like the worst one.
Yeah.
And like when Tim originally suggested this one, I'm like, I do remember everyone saying that this was the worst one. I'd never seen it though, but I know that it's a running joke that this is like the worst. I mean, until that Night movie came out, obviously.
Yeah, the Night movie is definitely the worst.
But yeah, I remember him saying like, "Oh no, I think it's a good one," and here we are, 3-4 years later. Nope, it's definitely probably the worst. Out of
Fun
all of
fact:
them.
me and Yemmy walked out on the last night one.
They the moment that what's his face pulled out the
Mark
sword.
Wahlberg.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg pulled out the sword out of nowhere and like stopped the giant robot sword from hitting Optimus. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. There was one other guy in the theater, and we just walked out, said good luck to him when we were walking out.
Turns out he only made it 5 minutes after that. He went, "Oh wait, we can just walk out of this shit."
I don't even know how long that movie was, but it felt like we were in there for like 3 hours at that point. Like the movie was so boring and bad, nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden, Wally Boy pulls out the sword, and it's like this
From his
sucks.
wrist. Yeah, from his wrist. And from his little watch. I'm just like, alright, this is...
Yeah, and he blocks. I think no, he doesn't he? He blocks Optimus Prime's sword or whatever. I don't even remember. Doesn't matter.
No, he blocks some giant robot
It's
sword.
a giant
that's
robot.
the point.
That's all
It's a
that
giant
matters.
robot sword,
Yeah.
and you're blocking it with some tiny sword. No.
And also, you're a human who doesn't have giant strength.
Right.
Anyways, yeah, bad.
Yeah, this
bad.
is thrilling conversation for the non-Transformers fans out there.
Let's
Yeah,
just
they
end
turned
this.
us off.
I'm done.
We had the most watched and liked video. Now we're going to have the most hated. Circle of life.
It happens.
Hey, sometimes you hit with sometimes, you miss with sometimes.
What was
This one might
what
just-
was the most again?
Planet of the Apes, most recent.
No, that's right. That's right.
Mhm.
Well, not
And
How's,
we had people upset
Inside
that
Out
we
doing
weren't
now?
actually watching Planet
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
We're playing.
What'd you say, Greedy?
How's Inside Out doing? I figured that would be a popular one,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's got about 6 views on YouTube. It's got about 10 on
Damn.
Spotify. That's okay.
Scary.
It was great timing, and I don't know if you planned that, Ray, but it was great timing.
I did actually.
So I also was like, oh, maybe it'll get some traction from Inside Out 2. I even put Inside Out 2 in the tags because I'm a sneaky bastard.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay, can we rate this movie?
Yeah.
No, we must keep talking about random bullshit.
I'm sleepy.
I got
Okay.
things I gotta do. Unfortunately.
All right, I'll start us off then. All right. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Gorgeous.
Did you just make a fart noise? Was that it? Is that your review?
He's giving us the suspense.
Oh, you can't hear that? I've been doing it the whole time.
Oh, no,
Fart
you didn't
noises?
hear it.
No, I think,
Discord's
this-
ruining the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a long fart.
Oh.
1 out of 5.
Transformers Revenge of the Fallen, I'll give it a 1.5 out of 5.
For all the reasons we've discussed here, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5.
I am gonna give it a 3. No, I'm just kidding. It's definitely a 1 out of 5 for me as well, Buckaroos.
Now,
Grady,
would
you
you rather
sure,
watch?
Grady, you sure you don't want to change it to a 1 out of 5?
It's same category. It's still the same ballpark. Would you rather watch this or Brightburn again?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we brought up like Brightburn 3 times since Ray's joined the podcast. She still doesn't know anything about it.
Well, Ray, you watch Brightburn and let us know
No,
how you
don't
like
do it.
Don't.
I'm gonna save myself and not.
If I had to
Brightburn
choose,
is less runtime. Gonna go with Brightburn.
yeah,
For that alone, I would go with Brightburn, I suppose.
yeah.
Yeah, like Brightburn's like an hour
I'd
30,
do Brightburn. Yeah, I'd do
and
Brightburn.
this
too.
movie's like 2
Yeah.
hour 30.
2.5. 2.5.
I would
Brightburn is
go-
also not as cringy, so
It's not as cringy, but it's the you
Or
would
s-
not like because it's
or
very
sexualized.
much the whole like, oh, how much can we gross you out with like gory shit?
Mm. When was it made?
29 no
Yeah.
27 18 19 like you see somebody get stabbed
29.
through the eye like close blank. Yeah, like you would not
Blip.
like it at all.
Blip.
And that's where I'm like ugh, do I
Then I'd probably suffer through Transformers, to be
yeah, I
fair.
was like, I'd probably just Transformers again just because of all the stupid gore of Brightburn.
Gun to your head. The guy says, favorite line from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. What do you say?
Not on the plane, dumbass.
Yeah, that's it. Not on the plane, dumb.
I'm breaking up with you.
Mine would probably be 121 guns.
That's not a lyric, so you'd get shot.
Hey, end
Ayo.
me. Well, before I have to watch this movie again, please. Parody joke. All right, we're moving on. I have a recommendation.
Better movie. Let's go.
Good. Give us something good.
So we've been on a bit of an
Flipper.
animated movie kick. I mean, technically, you could say that Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen is an animated movie at times.
Yeah.
We've been on a kick of animated movies, started by Tay, of course, with Puss in Boots, and continued with Inside Out. So I wanted to choose a movie from a different studio that's not DreamWorks or Pixar, and head over to Disney. And I wanted to pick one of my favorite Disney movies. And if you know me, you know what I'm about to pick. It's The Emperor's New Groove from 2000.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's go.
Directed by Mark Dindal, if that's how you say
Nice.
it. This movie was actually infamous for having a very rough development and all that. So we'll get into that next time as well.
Like not having a script.
Right, and also being like completely scrapped and remade again, I'm pretty sure. But we'll get into it
Yeah.
next time. We'll get into this.
Yeah.
Short synopsis. Cusco is a self-centered emperor who summons Pancha from a village to tell him that his home will be destroyed to make room for Cusco's new summer home. Cusco's advisor, Yzma, tries to poison Cusco and accidentally turns him into a llama who ends up in Pancha's village. So now they have to, Pancha has to go and try and get Cusco back to his castle, and the adventure ensues. And this stars David Spade, John Goodman, Eartha Kitt, Patrick Warburton, Wendy Malick, and many, many more. This is a movie that I watched a lot when I was a kid. I could quote this movie almost by heart at one point. It was the one movie that like me and my cousins all bonded over. And I cannot wait to watch it again. It's been a little while, but I can't wait to watch it again.
Me neither. Oh, I'm so excited.
It's a good one. That'll be a nice up from this down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So if you don't want to be spoiled, or if you want to join the conversation for The Emperor's New Groove from 2000, make sure you watch that before the next episode airs in 2 weeks. And I'm pretty sure it's on. Well, it is on Disney Plus. I believe you can also rent it on Amazon as well, or YouTube, the usual places. All right. This is the part of the show where we go over some small recommendations. If everyone has a small recommendation for this episode, let it be known. And if you need time to think, I do have one prepared.
Go for it.
I just saw 2 movies, so I guess I technically have 2 small recommendations because I like them both about the same. But I saw Furiosa, a Mad Max story, and I really liked that. It doesn't reach the same highs as like the action of Fury Road, but it definitely brings more story and depth to the universe, which I do like because I've been a fan of the Mad Max movies for a while now, and Fury Road was obviously the greatest. And Furiosa is, like I said, it's not the same heights as Fury Road, but Furiosa is still really good, really fun time. And then I also saw Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is kind of like the start of a new trilogy, I'm pretty sure. And it was actually really good. I actually really enjoyed myself, and I'm interested to see where they go with it because there's probably going to be 2 more after this one. So
Nice.
I was happy with this one, and the CGI was crazy good. Like usually the Planet of the Apes movies, the newer ones are like breaking the boundaries of what animation can be, and this one's like even better than those movies, which is kind of crazy to think about because those movies don't look bad by any metric, and this one's just like stunning. So very nice.
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 I saw. I saw The Fall Guy. It was pretty fun. It was a fun movie.
Nice.
Ryan Gosling, being a stuntman. And there was. I didn't realize it was kind of more of a romantic comedy when I started watching it, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a recommend.
I don't know if I mentioned. I think I did that last time. If you haven't seen the new Godzilla X Kong, watch it.
Oh yeah. I still need to.
Did I give that
don't-
recommendation last time? I think I did.
Yeah, you
I
did.
think
You
so.
did.
Yeah.
I don't have like a movie recommendation, but just remember to drink water, stay hydrated.
Yes.
Hot as hell outside, and it's not fun.
No,
And
it's not.
take care of yourself. Wear sunscreen.
And out of last thing, don't watch Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. Save your mental health.
Yes.
Yeah, recommendation can be anything: book, movie, TV show, health, watch.
Yeah.
Maybe anything. It's
Well,
always-
everybody's done a movie, so just breaking the trend.
There you go.
Another recommendation: clean your ass.
Bringing this back.
We're bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Well, hey,
Or was it wash your ass? Was it wash
Yeah.
your ass? Clean
It
your ass.
was be sure to something like that. Wash your ass, clean your ass. I think I said multiple different variations of it.
well, Callus will be very proud of y'all for keeping it alive.
Hi, Callus.
Well,
Callus.
folks, we made it. How are we feeling?
Exhausted.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to bed and forget that I ever watched this movie.
Amen.
Go take a shower. And go.
Clean your ass.
Yeah, I heard the SH and I was like, he's gonna say shit. Gonna go take a shit.
Nope. Take a shower.
This movie made me so angry that I had diarrhea.
Yeah. And I've been holding it for like 2 days.
Oh my lord. All right.
Okay,
No.
folks.
That's what I watched the movie 2 days ago. So.
Well, I am Yay, and I'm here with,
Ray.
Say.
Ray.
and we are Film Freaks with a Z. Thank you for listening. So long.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Autobots, roll out.